everyone, welcome to day 3 of our heyLevi Christmas Advent feature drop calendar. And today's drop is building off of days 1 and 2. We had the presentation script, which can be used for any sort of presentation or webinar on day 1. We had the event registration page module on day 2, which was yesterday. And then today is that final piece of having to organize any sort of event like a webinar. You want all of your email nurture sequences in place, which is often the hardest part of all of it, right? The event nurture sequences module is going to help you create your email sequences, which include your invitation sequence. So once you have your registration page and your content going, now you want to send out a sequence of emails to your email list to invite them to the event. So you're going to need a sequence of invitation emails. Once they register, you'll want a registration confirmation email and then a sequence of emails after that to remind them and keep them excited about the event that they are going to be attending and counting down the days until the event occurs. And then the final sequence is your post-event sequence where you want to remind them of all the good stuff that they learned at the event. If you are offering a limited time replay, we want to remind them of that replay and let them know where they can catch that before it comes down. And then most importantly, we want to remind them of the offer that was made during the event, any special offers or discounts that were included in that. We want to remind them of that as well and let them know when the last date is to take advantage of that offer. So let's dive in. Let's get started. The first thing we want to do is pick the product or the offer that we made an offer to at the end of our event. So in this case, I'm going to go with Ryzen. My target audience is by default the brand customer avatar, which is also pulling from my product playbook. And here I can pick a specific buyer persona or customer avatar at the product level to target for this email nurture sequence. So in this case, and for this example, I'm going to go with Jamal. So this event, let's say it's for a webinar. The date this event occurred on or will occur on, since I'm pre-writing all of my email sequences, let's say that is December 12th. And similarly, how you want the time displayed in your email. So let's say I want this to be 9 a.m. PST. The title of my event, I'm going to copy and paste this in from the presentation script that I've already created. So that is the title. The key pieces of content, again, I'm going to copy and paste that in here. So that's my entire presentation script that I've pasted in there. You can also choose only to add in the key pieces of your script in here versus the entire script, or you can put the entire script in here as well. Now, if you have a registration page already created, you can go ahead and enter the URL for it here, and the AI will scrape it for you, or you can copy and paste all the information from your registration page in here in order to include all of that information in these email sequences. So again, I'm just going to copy and paste that in here from my Google Doc, since that's where I have all of my registration page copy at the moment. The last day to take advantage of the special offer, this Friday, the 21st. I don't know if that's an actual date, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that for this example. Here, you can either toggle this on if you are going to have limited time replays, which work really well for events in general. It's always a great idea to include limited time replays that will come down on the last day that the offer comes down on. Or you can keep this off if you don't intend to share recordings. Similarly, if you have a special discount being applied to the product or offer that you have included up here, you can include that here so that that gets included in your post-event nurture sequences, or you can leave this blank if you're just simply offering the product as it is without any special discounts. That's my custom brand voice here. I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And now I'm going to go ahead and generate the entire email sequence. And again, this is our invitation email sequence first. So I'm going to go ahead and generate the entire sequence of 7 invitation emails all at once. Now, quick note, when you're scheduling these out, you want to make sure that as soon as somebody does register, you want to take them out of the sequence so they don't continue to get the invitation emails and instead get put into the next sequence, which is the confirmation and reminder sequence. So let's go ahead and take a look at these emails here. If there's anything that I want to change, remember that I can always select text and tell the AI exactly what I want it to do or how I want it to change that selected text. Once I'm happy with all 7 of my invitation emails, I can go ahead and click on next and generate the entire sequence of confirmation and reminder emails here. Now, once it's created all 6 of my confirmation and reminder emails, I can go ahead and check them out here, make any edits that I need to. Keep in mind that the first email in this sequence will always be the confirmation email. So again, as soon as somebody signs up for your event, you want to take them out of the invitation email sequence and put them into this sequence so that they first get the confirmation email. And then until your event starts, they'll keep getting these reminder emails. And each email will tell you when to schedule it. So this is 72 hours, so 3 days before the event. This is 24 hours prior to the event, and so on. You'll see how many hours there are left to go in each email, and you can schedule them out based on that. And for our last sequence, this is going to be our post-event conversion emails, again, where we remind them of the offer that we made at the end of our event, any special discounts that go with that if we are offering any, and of course, if we have replays turned on, the AI is going to include that information about the replay in these emails. And there we have it, all 7 of our post-event conversion emails all done and ready to go. You'll want to go in here and make sure to replace any of the link prompts in the outputs with the actual link, or you can simply hyperlink this in your emails with the link to the offer and the replay if you're offering that. Now, once I'm done making any edits here, I can go on to the last step, and my entire 3-step invitation, reminder, and post-event conversion sequences are all added in here for me in one place. Remember that anything you create in your account will automatically get saved once you're on this last step to the content history tab for up to 90 days. And remember that there's also a workflow for you under the workflows tab, which has something called live and recorded events, which is going to tie in your presentation script, event registration page, and event nurture sequences for you. So you can get everything done in one sitting without a lot of copying and pasting. Let me quickly show you how that works as well. So in the same example, I'm going to go ahead with Ryzen, going to select the same persona. So that's Jamal. Going to say this is for a webinar again. I'm going to leave this blank because it's going to give me titles and suggestions in the next step. And I have my brand voice here. So once I get to the next step, I can pick one of these topics. So let's say I like this from leads to loyalty title. I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And now it's generating my entire script for me, all done in one sitting. All right. So here I have my slides and speaker notes. Now, if I go next and say done, it's going to take me to the next step in the workflow. And you'll see that it's magically brought in everything that I've already entered in the previous step. So I don't have to do any copying and pasting here. All I have to do is let it know when my event is going to be and what time it starts. And that's it. I can go ahead and click on next. And now it's creating my entire registration page for me, just like that. All right, there it is. There's my registration page copy. I'm going to go ahead and click on next and done again. And now for my email sequences, again, it's already pulled in all the information about my product, my audience, my customer avatar, the event itself, the title, the script, and the registration page copy. All I have to do is let it know when is the last day to take advantage of the offer that I offered at the end of my event or will offer at the end of my event. So let's say again, it's Friday the 21st. I'm going to say yes to replays. So I'm going to go ahead and click on next and simply generate all of my email sequences. And once I'm done with all 3 of my sequences, I can say done. And this last section here will have everything that I just created for my webinar. Enjoy the modules and the workflow, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for another super highly requested feature. See you then.